1 Company, LaGuardia Tower, requesting to cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 Company, cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 Company, 4 at Delta.
Frontier 4195 to stop there, please. Stop. Truck 1, stop. Stop, Truck 1, stop. Stop, Truck 1, stop.
Yeah, you were listening after or before a deadly collision rocked New York's LaGuardia Airport late last night. The Port Authority says 72 passengers and 4 crew members were on board the Air Canada flight, and 2 officers were in the emergency vehicle. According to the Port Authority, 41 people were taken to the hospital, some with serious injuries. Dozens have been treated and released. Audio from the control tower indicates the fire truck was responding to a separate incident on a United flight and was cleared to cross the landing moments before this collision. U.S. Secretary of Transportation Sean Duffy says the FAA is sending a team to LaGuardia to assist the National Transportation Safety Board in its investigation. Canada is also sending a team of investigators from their transportation board to assist their American counterparts. Welcome into Fox 10 Live, everyone. I'm Shelby Myers, and today for Ashlyn, she has the day off. A lot to talk about. We will continue on with some trending topics and some breaking news today. President Donald Trump says it was his idea to send immigration and customs enforcement agents into some of the nation's busiest airports. ICE agents, under the direction of border czar Tom Homan, were deployed to more than a dozen U.S. airports today as call-outs and resignations by TSA officers climb amid a stalemate over Homeland Security funding that's left them without pay since mid-February. Holman said agents would help TSA in areas that don't need their specialized expertise, like screening through X-ray machines.
ICE has a specific, very important mission on its own, and to be taking them off their regular jobs for which they're specifically trained makes very little sense to me.
Well, Congress is expected to begin a spring recess at the end of this week, potentially leaving the DHS shutdown unresolved until mid-April. And those ICE agents are in New Orleans at the airport there as we speak. Cultural and historic preservation groups are taking legal action to block President Trump's plan to renovate the Kennedy Center. Last month, the president announced his intentions to close the entertainment and cultural venue for 2 years for what he called construction, revitalization, and complete rebuilding. He also added his name to the venue. The lawsuit does not take issue with the need for routine maintenance and repairs, but it argues more substantial changes should go through the typical review process that governs many major projects in the nation's capital. The group is seeking a preliminary injunction that would immediately stop any destruction of the structure or significant redesign until requirements are met. Well, locally, 2 of the suspects accused of killing a Pritchard teenager were back in court this morning. 20-year-old Jonathan Robinson and a 16-year-old co-defendant pleaded not guilty to felony murder. The 2 are accused in the murder of 17-year-old Isaiah Johnson. Johnson was shot and killed following an incident at a gas station more than a week ago. In court last week, the district attorney's office called it a, quote, senseless murder, saying Johnson was unarmed and it started as a robbery that ended in murder. Detectives obtained surveillance video which shows 6 males coming on scene in a vehicle. Allegedly, footage shows the moment when the shots were fired. They'll be back in court on May 5th for a preliminary hearing. For other stories we're working on for Fox 10 News at 4 and 5, let's check in with our Steve Alexander.
This is Steve Alexander on the assignment. Does some of the stories we're working on air and online. Tragedy in Escambia County, Florida, where highway patrol officials say a 2-year-old boy died in a traffic accident. Plenty of follow-ups on stories that we told you about from this weekend. First of all, authorities say a fire that engulfed a house on Plover Street we reported on that had several oxygen tanks inside may have been sparked by gunfire. We'll have details on that. And then near that scene, an emergency of a different kind. Mobile fire rescue officials say a man came running down the street carrying a newborn while yelling for help. A woman had just given birth at a nearby corner store. And what sounds like a beautiful event going on today, at least scheduled today, a specialized water sports competition taking place at the Pensacola Yacht Club, and Daisha Smith is covering that.
You know, the warmer weather.
I like it. This is my kind of, I'm in gear right now. This is my, I can be outside.
Yes.
You don't have to, like, if you're on a run, you don't have to be like, oh, and it doesn't hurt your breath. You can actually do it. So this is my kind of thing.
Hopefully you are enjoying it. And like he was telling you about earlier, send us in your pictures.
Yes.
We would love and need more of them. Let's show off a couple of those. This is from Wendy Carter, and she titles it Moon.
This is that beautiful, you've noticed it over the past couple of nights, that beautiful little fingernail moon that's been out there. It's just such a pretty, and because the sky has been so clear, it's just, it's about as good as it gets. So love that photo. Thank you for sending that one in. Becky Town sending this next one in. Spring, moon, and Venus in this shot here. So you see the little dot at the bottom. That, of course, Venus there.
So cool.
Always cool to look at the sky this time. I always love it when it's the crescent moon. Again, I thought it was, these past couple of nights have just been the most gorgeous that you could possibly have.
I went out on a late grocery run the other night, and it was dark, and I saw the fingernail moon, and I was like, how cool and clear are our skies tonight.
It was so like, the stars, you could see everything. It was nice.
All right, Amanda Randolph has the next one for us. This is the sunset in Loxley at a traffic stop, it looks like there. Yeah. But beautiful colors in the sky, and you can see the sun just about to say bye-bye.
Cloudless sky. I mean, that's what we've had over the past few days. And honestly, during this time of year, you get some storm systems that roll through, so you're going to have some clouds. To not have clouds and have these kinds of images, really nice for this time of year. So I think we'll take it. Melissa Nelson, another beautiful day, sending this one in. A few clouds in this shot here. I don't know when this was taken, but it's gorgeous either way.
I love the contrast of like the distance, I don't know, the pier going all the way out there.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? A very cool shot there. It reminds me of a series of unfortunate events. Did you watch that?
Yes, oh my gosh. Like, I read the books.
I read the books too, and the movies, and there's like...
Actually, I only read the book 4, I think. I don't think I read 5 and 6.
They tell you, the narrator tells you, like, these are sad books, they're not happy books, and they are. But for some reason, this picture reminds me of that. I don't know.
Interesting.
If you know, you know, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Riley Richardson has this cutest baby elephant.
Aww. Oh, I don't know what the occasion is here, but we'll take it. It's cute, and I think that's all we really need for us on Fox 10 Live. That is
so sweet. Maybe it's a leftover Halloween costume. Sometimes you try to buy Halloween costumes for your child and they outgrow them, or Halloween's here and they're too big, so you got to put them in it before Halloween. There's just all sorts of reasons. So either way, we love it. It made our day, made us happy. So send in your pictures just like that. If you got a really cool picture of a sunset, you got a really cool picture of water, what you're eating, if you're out to eat, I don't know.
Yeah, I know, anything, we'll take it. Just send it in on the Fox 10 weather app. We would love to see it.
Okay, we will be right back with more here on Fox 10 Live. Been a fun day filling in for Ashlyn today. It's been a while since I've been on this show, so nice to be
Glad
back
to have
with
you back.
Nicholas. We'll be right back with more after this. Well, Disney is giving fans a first look at the upcoming live-action film Moana.
The new trailer reveals Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, back as Maui, the demigod, as he originally voiced it back in 2016, that animated hit. Newcomer
Catherine Lagaya, if I said that right, steps into the lead role as Moana, the teen who sets out to save her island home.
Other cast members include John Tui, as Moana's father, Frankie Adams as Moana's mother, Raina Owen as Moana's grandma Tala.
The film will hit theaters in July. I've never been a huge fan of the live action ones, but you know.
This is, okay, when did Moana come out?
I always have to be like, hey Siri, when did Moana come out? Let's see if she gets back to this. 2016.
2016? Are you kidding me? I thought it was like 2 years ago.
No.
Maybe maybe my perception of time.
There's been a Moana 2.
Oh yeah. Is that what I'm
version.
thinking of?
Maybe so. Now that one probably came out not so long.
But I think that this is, I don't know. I think it'll be cool though. Hopefully it's done well.
Yeah, we'll see.
Whenever you have something that requires that much like special effects, it's like, I don't know.
We'll see. All right, it took a decade, but Amazon has its first major box office hit.
Seriously, Project Hail Mary, a science fiction adventure starring Ryan Gosling, opened to an estimated $80.5 million in the U.S. and Canada this weekend.
It's the biggest ever debut for a film produced by the e-commerce giant and the biggest opening for any Hollywood film not part of an existing franchise since Oppenheimer, and that was in the summer of 2023. I've seen a couple of reviews, some people that watched it, they said it was really good.
Yeah.
So it looks interesting. I don't like space movies, but
yeah, and from what I understand, this is kind of maybe a familiar-ish story, or like just kind of. We say this all the time. Space is kind of limited, and well, what you can like the storylines.
It's not limited. It's vast.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. So like the storylines of like human interaction with space, I feel like gets a little.
You're stuck in space in pretty much every space movie there is.
Yes, so we'll see.
That creeps me out. But I've heard it's a good movie. I'm not trying to hate on the movie. I'm just space.
Like Interstellar creeps me out, or it's like terrifying.
I know.
Yeah.
Being stuck out there.
So, but I mean, if you're talking about that kind of open and talking about films like Oppenheimer and stuff, that is a really good sign for that film.
That's very, very cool. So, you might want to check it out. A piece of meteor that streaked across the sky over Texas Saturday may have ended up in somebody's home.
This is bizarre. Speaking of space here, so people in East Texas reported seeing the meteor Saturday afternoon.
Sherry James in the unincorporated community of Ponderosa Forest heard a loud noise and went upstairs to her daughter's room.
It's not clear if the rock in James's home was a piece of the meteor, but there was no construction or trees near the home, so how the world did a rock fall from the sky and fall through your ceiling and land up in somebody's bedroom? Very possible here. This is one of a couple meteors that have recently happened.
Wow. Do you have to turn that over to science, or can you like keep
I don't know, but I remember we ran this earlier and she was saying she was trying to talk to NASA to get stuff verified. Get that verified, that's cool.
Yes, file that with your insurance, see what they say.
That's the thing, she needs to repair a roof now.
All right, more than a third of New York City subway cars will be replaced with newer models.
Fox's Michelle Ross reports on one of the new cars and what the replacement is, why the replacement is happening.
All right, Nicholas, thank you for that update. It is nice outside, but yeah, quite warm. This is a live look at downtown Mobile. You can see not a cloud in sight there, and traffic is non-existent either. It is 3:23. We will be right back with more Fox 10 Live. All right, get your sweet tooth ready. Krispy Kreme's Easter donuts are almost here.
The chain's new Easter basket collection will be available starting tomorrow.
I love all things Easter. These are so cute. It's going to feature 3 new donuts. Easter egg basket, which is just an original glazed donut piped with vanilla flavored buttercream dipped in decorative sugar and topped with an Easter egg sugar piece.
Strawberry egg, which is an unglazed shell donut filled with white cream dipped in strawberry flavored icing with decorative vanilla flavored icing drizzles. That sounds like mine.
And then you've got the baby chick, an original glazed donut dipped in vanilla flavored icing decorated with a baby chick.
That one's so cute.
Sugar piece. Yeah, that one's the cutest for sure.
Yeah, those look good. I need them.
Yeah.
I really don't need them. But
I was about to say, do not need them, but do I want them?
Yes.
They sound delicious. I always love just an OG Krispy Kreme donut, though.
They do a good job with those seasonal things.
All right, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Take care.
Paying in cash could soon cost you a few extra cents or put some money back in your pocket.
Alabama's House passing a bill on Thursday that lawmakers say is in response to the federal government's decision to stop circulating pennies. Alabama political correspondent Jessica Umbro joins us live from the Capitol studio.
All right, Jessica, here's a question. How are stores going to figure out when to round up or down to the nearest nickel?
All right, Jessica, thank you. Lawmakers are out of town for the week.
They'll be back in session March 31st. On the conditions with our chief meteorologist, Jason Smith. Jason, do you have an easy job today?
Easy job this week. It looks like a pretty quiet forecast.
That's cool.
We've got warm temperatures out there, but the nights are still pleasant.
Yes, it's nice to get out in the evening and go and get that walk out of the way while it's cooler.
Yeah, so.
All right, Jason, we'll see you then. Well, turning now to New York's LaGuardia Airport. It's closed after an Air Canada plane collided with a fire truck while landing last night. The pilot and co-pilot were killed.
Police in Missouri say they recovered 5 Barbie dolls after a suspicious powder believed to be fentanyl was found in the packaging. Now, these dolls came from a store called Cargo Largo. This was in Independence outside Kansas City. Police say the Barbies were sold before the staff noticed what that powder was, and they reported it.
Investigators say they worked with the store to track down all affected dolls. Officials say they have no reason to believe other retailers or Barbies were affected, and no injuries have been reported. Well, heavy rains inundated parts of Hawaii, leaving power outages and flooding more than 2,000 people there. They were without power Sunday in what's believed to be Hawaii's worst flooding in more than 20 years. Video shows the National Guard troops working in those areas.
Heart goes out to the community because, they just had the wildfires starting to recover from that. The floodwaters submerging cars and homes, causing an estimated $1 billion worth of damage. The ground was already saturated after a winter storm brought downpours just a week ago. No deaths were reported, and I've just been seeing a lot about this on my social media feed, namely because of the celebrities that are there, like Jason Momoa and how his family had to be evacuated.
I actually have a neighbor who is in Hawaii right now with her daughter who just had a baby and was dealing with some of this. So very scary situation, especially if you're having a newborn and there's an emergency going on all around you. But thankfully everyone's good. But definitely just a scene. Yeah, they're okay.
Okay, that's good.
The scene they're going to have to keep on cleaning up there.
Yeah. Do you have an Apple phone?
I do.
Did you get your security update?
I don't know if I did. Mine is like set to automatically do it.
You do the automated updates.
But I also put my phone on airplane mode at night when I sleep. Right. So it doesn't do it for me. I end up having to go do it myself.
Well, I have to tell you, Apple is rolling out a new security feature that works behind the scenes.
It's called Background Security Improvements, and it delivers small fixes without waiting for the full updates.
The security patch targets systems like Safari, System Libraries, and Apple's WebKit engine, which includes Apple's Mail and App Store apps. So, the security feature can be turned off in settings. Generally, they tell you when there's an update, go ahead and install it because it is there for a reason.
Yeah, I kind of like that idea though because it takes a long time for it to completely update. If they're doing these little small ones, maybe the big one won't take as long.
That's right. A meteor rocked parts of Texas over the weekend, and a homeowner has good reason to say it was a little too close for comfort.
Yeah, we had this on Boxed In Live. Very scary. Let's get the full picture from Patrick Cornell in today's Take a Look at This.
Welcome back. Disney is giving its fans the first look at an upcoming live action.
Well, this year's class of inductees into the Country Music Hall of Fame have been revealed.
The newest members-elect are Tim McGraw, Paul Overstreet, and the Stanley Brothers. McGraw is going to be inducted into the Modern Era Artist category.
Overstreet is being inducted into the Songwriter category and the Bluegrass Pioneers. The Stanley Brothers, Ralph and Carter Stanley, are being inducted into the Veterans Era Artist category. The new members will be inducted in a ceremony on October 18th. I grew up on Tim McGraw's music.
Favorite songs.
Yes, my mother loved Tim McGraw. She's seen him in concert multiple times. I've seen him once, I think. So loved him as a child, and yeah.
Do you have a favorite Tim McGraw song?
There's so many. I like the album Set the Circus Down, I think it's called.
And the Stanley Brothers.
Don't know them.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well, congrats to all of them, right?
Yeah, congrats. The long-awaited new BTS album is already breaking records. Re-Rang is Spotify's most streamed album in a day so far this year and the platform's most streamed K-pop album ever.
It's their first full-length album since 2020. I remember when they said they were going on a little break. And I think the timing is good for this, especially with the popularity of K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Very, very popular right now.
Yeah.
I appreciate their music. It's not something I download though, but I appreciate it.
Okay. Yeah, I can't think of I keep thinking of Soda Pop, but that's not from them. It's from the movie K-Pop Demon Hunters, but in any event, congrats to them as well for the new music coming out.
Yeah, it's always fun when new music comes out. Music icon Celine Dion is reportedly set to return to the stage. That's according to French-Canadian newspaper. Dion is going to perform concerts at the Paris La Défense Arena.
Oh, wow. 2 concerts slated each week in September and October. Back in 2022, you know, she was diagnosed with that rare neurological disorder. It's called stiff person syndrome. And she talked about how devastating that was because how she loves using her voice and singing.
Yeah, of course, that syndrome affected her singing abilities, and she returned to the spotlight during the Summer Olympic Games in Paris in 2024. Another icon there. I'm glad to see her back.
Oh, for sure. And I know a lot of people are going to be gobbling up those tickets. You know what else I want to see? Speaking of Celine, I want to see Adele come back as well.
Yes.
And maybe do like a concert together.
That would be amazing. Because I was thinking about that. She had, I think, 21. That album was magnificent. And then after that, I was like, I need that power back from 21.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we're going to dive into those big breaking stories that are headlining your news at 5.
And then this. Welcome back. We have our crews working behind the scenes on your breaking news updates and follow-ups for your most local news at 5.
Yeah, and a big update in the case against the former Bayou La Battery police officer BJ Squires. A plea agreement has reportedly been reached. We've got the details coming up.
And then with oil prices.
All right, Jason, we'll see you then. Well, today is National Puppy Day. Did you know? It's celebrated every year to honor the love puppies bring into our lives. It's a day to pamper our dogs, support shelters, and promote proper care. And like a lot of things these days, the cost of owning a pet is rising. Veterinarian Rebecca Greenstein says for many, pet needs and costs are no longer discretionary, but essential and often a 10-plus year commitment, including food, dog walkers and sitters, training, grooming, and care costs, which she says people grossly underestimate. A recent report from Rover found average lifetime care for a 10-year-old dog cost about $35,000. Federal data also shows pet food and service costs rose sharply since 2019. But there are things pup parents can do to make it a little less rough on their wallets. Have pet insurance. Greenstein says what's used to be a luxury is now a bare necessity. And invest in training to stop dangerous behaviors like running across the street or eating things that are harmful.
Those types of things are so often overlooked, but they will save you tremendously over the lifetime of a pet.
Also, do not ignore those routine care like vaccines and parasite prevention, as the treatment for skipping them can often cost more than preventing it. Good advice. Well, it's been called mom brain, cognitive changes that usually happen after a woman gives birth.
And while having symptoms like being forgetful can be a struggle, one expert says that the postpartum period isn't all bad.
In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither explains why a doctor says mom brain can be a superhero or superpower and has tips on how to get through the hard parts of it.
You know, Dr. Gore says it can be critical for all moms to feel supported and not to throw around negative terms.
She says this is a healthy and normal part of the postpartum period and can help with cognitive function in the long term. I like all that advice given. I think going outside, making sure you're overly hydrated, because during that time you lost a lot of minerals, you've lost a lot of blood, all the things. So eating, making sure your diet is well, drinking, and getting outside, that can help so much.
I subscribe to all of that. And no matter what your journey is, you can always be supportive to someone if you think they're having a hard time. When we come back, it is a fierce cat petition.
Yeah, more than 200 cats across southeastern Europe are competing in the Sophisticat Feline Expo. The two-day event draws thousands of feline lovers.
Organizers are calling it the Oscars of the feline world, with highly coveted Black Sea winner prizes on the line. Other than checking out the cute cats, people there also browse cat food, hygiene products, clothing, and bags to help with their furry friends. That's a cute cat right there. That gray one. It looks like a Morris.
Full cat, like full fur, beautiful.
Very fluffy.
Yes.
That looks like a Maine Coon cat right there with those big ears.
Yeah, almost like a bobcat that we have here, a wild bobcat.
That's definitely a Maine Coon.
Look at you know your cats.
I do.
Okay.
Better with cats than dogs.
Yeah, I'm not good with either. Love them both.
A new style can boost your confidence. You walk into a room and you feel confident and seen.
Yeah, I love getting a haircut, no matter if it's just a trim or whatever. It's fun. A barber in North Carolina wants all of his clients to feel that way. Dedrick Russell shows us how. What?
Dedrick is a good friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
She knows him, and he's going to show us how he uses his talents to open doors for others. Yeah, it is Lenise and Cameron, so we want to warn you that some of the details are hard to hear. Here's what we've learned. Court documents say Daniel and Ashley Kuhn are accused of sexually abusing a child known to them, starting when the victim was around 10 or 11 years old. Ashley Kuhn faces multiple charges, including rape, sodomy, and several child exploitation-related charges. Daniel Kuhn is charged with sodomy, and both are charged with providing methamphetamine to a minor. Investigators also allege the couple sent explicit images to the child and recorded and shared videos of their alleged abuse. Deputies say they learned about the allegations during a welfare check at the couple's home on Live Oak Landing in Stockton, when the child reportedly disclosed to deputies what had been happening. Ashley Kuhn's bond is set at $450,000 and Daniel's bond at $300,000. The sheriff says both bonds must be paid in cash. The child is now in state custody. In the studio tonight, Shelby Myers, Fox 10 News.